Hey everyone, what's up? This is Simon from DevTech with a new video tutorial on how to create a simple to-do app with React Native and Firebase. So let's first of all start with a blank app. We also need to have a Firebase account. So make sure you're signed up on Firebase. It's free for a basic account and you will have your first app here. So Firebase is, in short words, a cloud database, and we will use it to push our to-dos to this Firebase database, and we will also read the to-dos we have pushed, so our app is in complete sync with our database. So I already have this first app here, and it's currently empty. We will need this ID. Yours will be different, I think. So let's wait until our React app is ready. Okay, it is. And let's see some code. Also, we can already open our iOS project because we can just run it in the simulator and refresh it all the time. And we will see the changes instantly, which is one of the coolest features of React Native. So first of all, go to your index ios.js, and for now let's remove everything inside the styles and also this create class, because we will use a bit different syntax in our app. Alright, so we require React Native, obviously, and we will also require Firebase. So also make sure to install with npm the Firebase package. So this package will open up the connection to our database, and hopefully we are fine now. Alright, so as I said, we don't need that much inside here. But first of all, let's also load some more references. We need component, app registry, style sheet, a text, a view. We need a touchable highlight, which is the React Native way of making a button right now. We need a text input field for our to-dos. And finally, we also need a list view for showing our to-dos. So at this point, at the top of our app, we should require our Firebase reference package, so we can use it all the time later. So I said you should remove everything inside here. That's because we want to use the new IS6 syntax, which is looking a bit better in my eyes, and it will be the standard in I hope not long time from now. So yeah, so start to use it by now. It works with React Native, and that's everything we need. So as you can see, we have a class which has an extents of component. This looks a bit like Java, and well, it's fine. It definitely looks better than years ago in JavaScript. So our constructor should handle a basic reference to the Firebase. So we say my Firebase ref is a new Firebase, and now we need the URL. So paste your URL inside, and to give it a short try, let's say my Firebase ref set, which means we want to push an object to Firebase, and we give it a title, say hello world, and the author of this is me. Alright, so let's save it and let's try to reload it. Alright, yes, that's correct. Come on. Yes. Alright, so we don't have a render function at this point, but this is no problem. But if you look at your Firebase, you now have those two entries, which is pretty amazing in my eyes. For just using this line, and we are able to set data to the cloud database. So we don't need this. Let's remove it. We can remove all the entries from our dashboard right here. So we have a clean dashboard now. Alright, I hope this is working for you at this point, because this is the base for our app. If this isn't working right now, leave a comment or go to the code again. Just a few lines, this should be working. Alright, let's get started with our real to-do app. So first of all, we want to keep an array of items, and also, let's wait a second, we define the items array on our state, which is the pretty best way with React Native. And we will also have a new to-do which is linked to our input field for adding new to-dos. So we got the to-do source. This is the source for our Listview. I'm not a big fan of this. It's not like a iOS table view at the moment, it's more like a scroll view and some more behavior to make it look like a list view, but it doesn't feel that good. I have read some threads about this, and hopefully we will see a better component in the near future for the standard iOS table view. So this is just to differentiate every row. Okay, and as I said, the items ref is not our items array right now, but this is a reference to a child object on Firebase, or on our Firebase reference, and we want to have a child object with items. As you have seen in Safari, we had this object right beneath our root, and I want to have an items parent below the root and all the to-dos below the item, because otherwise if you would have other things in your database, that would just explode at some point. Alright, so we got the new to-do source, list view, data source, the row has changed, and that's pretty much everything we need at this point. So why is this red? I should add some, let me do this, give me a second. So I added an JS hint RC with ES_next true, and this prevents the errors we previously had in our file. And as I said, we want to have a reference to our items finally, so those are the real to-dos inside items, but we don't have any items at this point, so we can just init an empty array. The next function we want to implement is component did mount. So this one will be called once our app is loaded, and only once. And inside this method we want to register our app on some Firebase events, and those events are child added and child removed, which means whenever an item is added or removed to our or from our Firebase database, our app will get informed and this code will be executed. So let's go ahead and inside, so when a child is added, we obviously want to push it to our items array, and we always want to keep the ID of the item, and we just can use data snapshot.key. So this will be a unique ID which is generated by Firebase. We need this for deleting our items later, if you may ask why we need this. And obviously we want to have the text value of a to-do. So the to-do is pushed to our items array, but we also have to update our state, or in this case set the state. So it's always better to completely set the item new or the variable you want to update, and we say this.state.todo source, and we want to clone the rows of our to-dos. So this will add all the to-dos to the to-do source, which are currently not inside the to-do source but inside our items. I hope this is pretty much clear. And so this function will always be executed when a child is added. The second one is child removed. It's, well, a bit different, but just in what we do. So first of all, we want to reset our items array, and for this we can use the filter method. So we go through every item inside our array and we keep all those IDs which are not like the ID of the snapshot. I hope this is clear. I had this function previously in like 6 or 8 lines, and then a friend of mine told me how to use this function, and yeah, please use it, and this will make your code a lot cleaner and a lot shorter. Alright, and this will stay the same. We obviously still want to update our data source and yes, set our state again. So those are the functions to catch when something happens on Firebase. Now let's take care of adding and removing a to-do inside our app. Yes, I should have this. Sorry. Yes, now it looks good. Alright, so adding a to-do is, well, quite simple, but we want to check if there's any text inside our input field. So make sure it's not equal an empty string, and in this case we can use our items ref, which is the reference to the child on Firebase, and just call push, and we want to push a new object with a to-do, and this is our new to-do. The ID we used here is automatically created on Firebase and is unique, so we don't have to handle the ID at this point. And finally, we want to update our state and make the input field empty again. We don't have to handle our array stuff or anything else at this point, because all of those things will be handled in the callback or the function executed here. And as I said, removing is also very, very easy. We first of all get the item by using the items ref and also passing the ID of this to-do to get one specific to-do entry, and then we just call remove. That's everything for removing a to-do. Alright, I hope you could follow to this point. We still have nothing inside our app because we don't have a render function. So let's take care of this now. Okay, so we also need some styling, and I'm a bit lazy, so I'm gonna copy the styling. This is not really interesting. This is just some style we can use from now on, and having it now will make it a bit easier for you to understand what we are actually doing, I hope. So first of all, we have a basic view around everything, and this is our app container. We use a flexbox styling, and it has a flex of 1 right now. At the top we want to have we want to have a simple title view, and inside the title view we want to have a text. Yes, this takes a moment. Just skip this if you don't want to see how to create a React Native view. So this is the title of our app. We got a text, we got a title view, and everything is wrapped in the app container. So below the title, the main part of our app takes place. And first of all, we got our input container. Yes, like this. And inside this container we got this text input field. The input container also has the flex direction row, so we will have a container and a button right to the container or to their text input. And the text input uses styles.input, and well, do we need this? Yes, yeah, maybe we should use it for now, but yes, we need that. So whenever the text changes, we say the text should be set to our state, and the new to-do will be set to the text. Close, close, close. Alright. And also the value of this text input field should always be this state. Oh, come on. Oh, he knows this. Interesting. Well, that's cool. Alright, so I hope this is clear. And as I said, next to our text input, we want to have a touchable highlight, which is a button, and we obviously need a bit of styling to make it look like a button. And on press, we want to call add to do, and this will add our to do and uses the new to do we have in our state. And also we can set the underlay color. Well, yeah, so this is for pressing the button. And also inside the touchable highlight we have a text, which is the button text. I'm sorry, this is not really a cool way of creating a button, but it's currently the only one I know about. There are some NPM packages or React Native packages, and if you found a good package or anything for creating a cool button, please let me know. I would be really happy. Yes, I'm not sure why I get this error. It's all the time. Alright, so our button text is simply add for adding our to-do. Alright, the last part missing is our list view, and this is not really hard. We have to set the data source, and so yes, I just have to type state. That is really cool. Alright, the data source is the to-do source we have always set and updated, and we have to tell the list view how a row gets rendered, and we pass a function we currently don't have, but this one will be named render row, and we bind the current state to this function. Alright, that's our view. It obviously won't work because render row is not defined. So render row, and this one is the last we need for our app. I don't like this. Yes, it's better. Okay, so every row is in general a touchable highlight, which means a button. It should have the same color on touch, and also on press we define a function. So every time we press a row, we want to remove exactly that to do which is assigned to this row. Okay, this remove data, yes, and inside the button we also again have a view, and this view should be around everything else, I guess. Yes, that would be a better idea. So this is the view we will see actually, and this is styles.row, and inside we also have a simple text label, some styling, and at this point we use the row data dot text to display the to-do of this row. View closes, and next view is not closing because we also have to add a separator by hand. As I said, it's more a scroll view than a list view. And this separator is just, where is it? Yeah, a gray color at the bottom of a row. So not that cool, but it's working. Alright, also would be cool if our app is working. Let's check it out. Yes, and there it is. That's the title view, that's the text input field, and that's the button for adding our to-dos. Maybe if we have a bit of luck, this is already working right now. Let's give it a try. This is my first to-do. Obviously this state is not defined, but we will find that spot. Where is it? Yes, I hope I don't have any more of this. So once again, this is my first to-do. Ta-da! This is my first to-do, and instantly we see the items child, as I said. We see the unique ID, and also we see the to-do. This is my first to-do. Okay, let's add some. 25. Yes, I really love the debugging with React Native. This is just so simple. Okay, I'm not sure why I'm not seeing my separator. Isn't it called separator? Obviously it's separate, huh? Yes, sorry for my English. And let's refresh it. Yes, oh come on. So this is a list view, as you can see. It feels, yeah, it's okay for now. Let's test the last function. We want to press this testing to row and the object gets deleted. And I think also when we remove the object at this point, yes, our app gets informed and the to-do will be deleted. Alright, so this is how you create a connection between your React Native app and Firebase. Firebase has some paid plans, but for testing and for using some basic stuff, it's completely free. You should try it out. It's really great for syncing your data across devices or whatever you plan. And yeah, I hope you like this. Join my channel and leave a comment. So have a nice day and thanks for watching.